Okay, so this is Mitch again, and we are going to now talk about the document manager role. And specifically, we're going to focus on how to prepare and manage wholesale transaction documents. And this is the very first module, so this will be the introduction. By now, you're probably sick of seeing this deal slicer fractional wholesaling framework, but it is near and dear to my heart because this is the mechanism by which I and other investors can work on wholesale deals without stepping on each other's toes, without getting in each other's way, without duplicating effort. And so I love this little framework because it allows collaboration without chaos. We're going to specifically talk about this document manager feature right down there. I'll apologize in advance if there's a little bit of background noise. I am still in Medellin, Colombia. It's March 21st. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny outside, and I'm looking at it as I'm recording this. And there's a little bit of road noise. We're on a local street, and so there are occasional trucks passing by, but hopefully it won't be too distracting. So you are familiar with this framework. This is the manner in which I and my colleagues can take down wholesale deals by divvying up every wholesale deal that we tackle into these 7 roles. They're numbered 1 through 7, as you can see, and each of those roles has very specific, well-defined tasks and responsibilities, and they also earn a percentage of the wholesale fee. And so this spells out clearly how these various roles can work with each other and what their reward will be once they've completed the task. So there's no confusion, there's no anxiety. Everybody knows going into this exactly how it's going to work. And specifically for Document Manager, it is the third in the series of, I'm going to close this window because I'm coming down the street making noise. It's the third in the series of roles. This is the third role. It is the Document Manager role, also sometimes known as Document Manager. And the Document Manager function earns a 10% share. So if you do that, if you perform that function and you're the only document manager working this particular project, then you would expect to earn 10% of the wholesale fee at its completion. Let's talk about, and just to be clear, sometimes you'll hear me say document manager, sometimes you'll hear me say document manager. Either one is acceptable. Document manager rolls off the tongue a little bit more easily, but they are one and the same. Let's talk about what a document manager or document manager does. Their job is to create this deal vault, and we'll talk more about that a little later, but basically this repository, the shared space from which all of the deal team members can access documents, the important documents of the deal, in a way that maintains order and eliminates, or at least avoids, chaos. They'll also be responsible for other than creating this directory, for maintaining all the documents within it. And in a couple of cases, they will be co-creating some of the important documents, the purchase and sale agreements on the buy side and the sell side, in some cases the affidavit of agreement on the sell side or on the seller side. And lastly, they're going to be responsible for helping us manage the flood of closing documents that are going to be going between our team and whoever's managing the closing, the title company or the closing attorney that's handling the closing, so that, again, we don't have chaos. And let's be really clear, what is the sole purpose of document management? In a nutshell, it is to maintain document discipline. And by that, I mean making sure that there is a single set of documents that is the official set. The alternative to having a document manager, let's just explore that for a second. The alternative to having a document manager is everybody maintains their own set of documents. And if I worked on a document more recently than you did, and my version is more recent than yours, and so we got 2 different documents. And if you have 7 different roles played by 7 different people, you could have 7 different sets of documents. And that's just chaos. Which one's the right one? Which one's the most recent one? Which one's it's a nightmare. And so tasking someone to be responsible for all the documents, and they're going to have the official copy of whatever document you're talking about, they're going to have it. If they don't have it, someone's head's going to roll because they're supposed to have it. Having that makes life so much easier. In fact, Without the document manager, we couldn't do this team approach to deal making because it'd be chaos. It'd be